everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you just so happen to be joining me for the very first time, thank you so much for being here with me. My name is Donella and this is my world of makeup here on YouTube. Came off the very long Easter weekend, and although some of us, the usual, we didn't have our usual Easter activities, going to the beach, the usual Easter competitions that they have down at the bayfront, etc. But what's most important is that we're inside, we're staying in, we're safe, and in sooner rather than later we can get rid of this awful coronavirus that has been making headlines for much longer than he or she actually should. I don't know if I should give it a gender. I'm actually about to create another colorful look, but just so you can see from the title of this video. If you are interested in seeing how I created this look, then please stay tuned. So I already went ahead and primed my lid using my MAC Conceal and Correct palette. I use the shade NC45. It's on my lid right now. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Matte palette, and I'm going to be using these colors, this purple shade, this pink shade, this yellow shade, and this white shade. I might incorporate some of this orange, but I'm thinking I'm going to be using the yellow, the white, the pink, the purple, and possibly some of this deep navy blue, depends. So let's just jump straight into that. Let me start off with a transitioning color. I'm going to be using both this shade of brown and this orange from this Juvias Place, the Saharan palette, the mini one. So I'm going to be using this one and this one as my transitioning color, as my transitioning colors, I should say. Okay, so I just went ahead and reapplied a bit more concealer just so that the colors pop a bit more. And I'm wondering if I should start from darkest to lightest color or lightest to darkest. I think I should do lightest to darkest. So I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty, oh girl, open, and I'm going to start off with the yellow shade, and I need to find a brush. Okay, so I've got enough of the yellow actually packed onto this, and I'm going to start from right here. Oh, don't think this brush is doing what I want it to do, but for now I'm just going to use it to pack on a bit of the yellow. I'm just going to leave this space right here for where I want to place the white color. I just went ahead and switched brushes because that's not doing what I want it to do. So let me just go ahead and pat this yellow on once again. Then I'm going to go in, flipping the other end of this brush. I'm going to go into this really hot pink shade right here. And I'm really going to swirl it around just so I get enough of the pink on the back of that. And then I'm just going to pat that right next to the yellow. And another flat eyeshadow brush, I'm going to go into this deep purple shade right here. I'm going to pack that right next to the pink. I think I'm actually going to have to go over with these colors once again because it almost looks like they're not packed on the way I want them to be packed on. So this actually looks more like a blue purple. It doesn't look completely purple. Ooh, I think I chose the wrong shade of purple. Yikes. You know what? It's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna fix it later on. It's fine. Okay, so I am back, and guess what? I completed this eye and the stupid thing went off, and I'm mad because guess what? This is my good eye. When I say good eye, it's like this is the this side of my face is the side of my face that actually work with me. The eyebrow doesn't give any problem. The eyeshadow application doesn't give any problem. This eye doesn't water. Now this eye over here waters a lot, and I know I'm going to look extremely awkward doing the same combination right here. Thank you so much for that, camera. Thank you so much for turning off. Now I'm going to look extremely handicapped doing this side now. But anyway, it is what it is. Let me just start off by putting on the transitioning color and then reapplying the concealer to the lid so I can start the eyeshadow application on this. So let's just start this back over again. All right, so I'm going to start off by using this matte yellow shade from my Fenty Beauty matte eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to dip that in, like give it a couple of swirls, and then I'm going to just apply this, not at the actual beginning because as you can see I left that area blank so I can fill in that white, that silvery white color right there. So I'm going to pat this on. I feel like the yellow only starts to show up when I add other colors to my eye. That's just me. That's just what I realized, that the yellow is actually really muted until I started adding more colors. So it looks really bland right now, but once I started to add more colors, yeah, she started to show up. And then using the same brush, I flipped on the other side, and what I noticed, right, is that this pink in this Fenty Beauty matte eyeshadow, it wasn't as pigmented as the other colors. So what I did is that I used the pink from this Juvias Place palette, which is the same pink I used over here, to apply to my lids. So I'm just going to do that as well. Just add the pink right there. Yeah, this pink was showing up way better than the other pink in the Fenty Beauty palette. So I'm going to pat that right there. And I did make a mistake earlier by using the wrong shade of purple. I used that bluish purple shade from the Fenty Beauty matte palette. I'm going to be using the one that I used, which is this purple right here, Makita, also from the Juvias Place palette. All right, so I'm just going to dip it in real quick, a bit of the Makita, and then I'm just going to apply it right here next to the pink. What I'm thinking, right, you know what? Once I made the mistake over here, so I'm actually going to have to do the same thing. So let me go into the blue purple shade first and then apply it just like I did over here on the right side. Apply that first, and then I'm going to correct it by using the Makita shade. Yeah, that's what I did. You make a mistake on one eye, you have to do it on the other eye. Now they look a little bit, you know, squared right now, and that's exactly what I had to do on this eye, and then I just kind of blend all the colors together afterwards. But for now I actually have to just pack them on like this. And then what I did is that I flipped on the other side. I know it looks kind of messy right now, you can't even tell which side is purple or blue, but I can because I'm over on this side, so I can tell. So I'm actually using this shade of blue, and this is the shade of blue I actually have here on the tail of this side. So I'm going to take the shade of blue and just pack this on, starting right here. And pat this on right here. So I actually had to clean this up with a bit of concealer, so I'm actually going to have to do the same thing on this side. So let me just keep packing it on. It looks a little messy, but as you guys can see, you know, once I apply the liner and the lashes, she's real cute. So I'm just going to do exactly what I did on this side. I'm just going to keep flipping brushes, going back over with each of the colors and just flipping brushes, just making sure that everything is nice and blended so you don't see those really harsh lines. So going back over with the yellow, going back over with the pink, going back over with the deep blue first. Actually no, that's not what I did. I kept going. I used only Makita once I started to blend because I needed her to show up a little bit more. So I didn't go back into that deep purple blue shade like I thought I did. No, that's not what I did. I wanted everything to kind of start to blend together, so that's what I did. I actually went over in the pink and just dragged a bit of it into the purple so they could start blending together. What I did, right, is that the matte white shade, it wasn't as intense as I wanted it to be, but I'm still going to do exactly what I did on that side. So I'm going to use the matte white shade first, basically as a base. I feel like when I did this, it was almost looking kind of beigey. So what I did, I went into this frosty white shade from the Juvias Place palette again, and then I just dipped that right there and I applied this over that white shade to get it, you know, popping, nice and popping. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. And then I basically have to keep going over and clean up the edges over here. As I tell you guys, this is not my best eye, so excuse me if this one looks a little bit crazy. My best eye is over here. Take this makeup wipe, and this is what I did first. I just kind of wiped the edges off first before I cleaned it up with a bit of concealer. And then what did I do? After you do that, you know you're gonna have to kind of straighten up the line here, because she's looking a little bit crooked. Lord, this is not my best eye. So if this one looks a little bit crooked, I already told you guys this side is my best side, so I apologize. Actually went in with two liners. I used my Maybelline Master Duo Eye Studio. Maybelline Master Eye Studio. It's take 3. Maybelline Master Duo Eye Studio. Okay, I used that first to line my eyes. Went in with my MAC gel pot, and it's really because this has like a really pigmented wettish looking finish, so I wanted that, and then I applied the MAC gel liner over it, just just to kind of tighten up the areas where I might have missed. Right. Then I'm going to go into my MAC gel pot and basically do the same thing, just go over the same line. That's all I did. I just used a MAC gel pot and just go over the same line I made with the Maybelline. I'm not saying that word again to tie up my mouth, you hear? I said it. It took me 3 takes to get that. No, ma'am. Tie up my mouth again. I'm wondering if I should do a shadow drop. I think I should. Yes. Let me just pop some lashes on real quick, fix up my complexion, and then I'm thinking of doing a shadow. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so let me just get some foundation, etc. on. I'm going to prime my skin using the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Skin Primer. This one is the pore minimizing one. There are several. Some would be hydrating, pore minimizing, etc., etc. Of course, anything that is going to use the size of my pores, honey, I am on it. Then I'm going to go into my Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth Foundation. I don't know, this whole lockdown thing got me liking dewy skin, of course, because I'm inside. No way. With my skin type, girl. No, I could walk away with this for 8 hours. No way I could get an 8-hour wear out of this. I could, if I just stay in air conditioning for the whole 8 hours, just to reduce the excess sweating and my, my natural oils bursting through, etc. That's the only way I can get out look. Like just sit in AC for 8 hours. You don't even have to go outside for anything, for a snack, to buy lunch, nothing. That's the only way I could get this to work for a full 8 hours if I have to wear this to work. But for the time being, since I'm inside, everybody's inside, I have no idea what I'm going to do after I finish all of this. What am I going to do? What am I going to do with all of this makeup that I have on? Now, after I finish this tutorial, what am I going to do? Go in next with both of my Too Faced concealers. This one is Chestnut. Sorry, this one is Spice Rum. This one is Chestnut. I got it right? Yeah, I did. I got it right. I'm going to go in with Spice Rum first. Put her directly underneath my eyes. And that's just going to help to cover up my dark circles. I'm going to put a bit of it right here to hide my female mustache, and right here to hide a bit of darkness that I have right here as well. I'm just going to let this dry down for like a minute or two before I apply Chestnut. Time for me to apply Chestnut. I've already blended out Spice Rum, and I'm going to apply Chestnut like right here. Take another dip on the left side, then here on my forehead, straight line right here, and then I'm going to apply a bit of it right here as well. Let this dry down for a minute or two, and then I'm going to blend her out. Okay, my timer just went off, so the minute done passed. So let's blend her out, starting by separating this down here first. I'm gonna do both sides at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I'm gonna blend out both sides at the same time. To set my highlight in place, I'm going to be using this MAC set powder in the shade soft yellow. I'm using this for this look because I don't know, I haven't used it in a while, and this powder from MAC actually contains mica, and mica is basically like a blurring agent. And the one thing I love about this, even though it's this shade of yellow, it actually doesn't change the color of my makeup. There are some translucent powders, you know, once you set them in your concealer, you can see they change in the color of everything. All it does is that it takes me from creamy or juicy or dewy to matte, and you can see it doesn't change the color of my makeup. So that's one of the reasons why I really love this powder, and why, yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to get it. But I could literally just say that this is just as good as my Fenty powder. Now the Fenty doesn't have mica, well, not that I've seen, because I read the ingredients on both, and I know mica, Fenty doesn't have mica in it, but MAC uses mica in, I think it might have been 1 or 2 of their powders. This specifically, and basically blurs underneath your eyes. So if you're one of those persons who have imperfections underneath your eyes and you're looking for something to basically like a blurring agent or a blurring product, then this translucent powder contains mica, and mica is a blurring agent. So a blurring product, I should say. Should I say blurring agent or blurring product? Anyway, let me just set my highlight using the rest of this MAC concealer that is not finished. Kind of not going in any particular order today, doesn't really matter. I know I already set my my highlight without, I normally do all creams and then powder after, but you know, it doesn't really matter. As long as you do what you need to do to make sure that you have your makeup in place, then it doesn't really matter which order you go in. You know, it really doesn't matter. So let me blend this out. I always have to check to see which one comes first, because I never get, I'm always saying cocoa before coffee sometimes, but you know, this, I haven't used this in a tutorial for a while, so let me just use a bit of that to, you know, brighten up my contour, bronze, or whatever you want to call it. This is this shade Antidepresso. The bronzer has in a bit of a, like, I don't know, it gives you a nice little soft glow. So you really have to be careful when you use this, because it gives you a bit of a soft glow when you use it, almost like it has like little pigments, like polarized pigments in it, so it gives you a bit of highlight. So even if you're one of those persons who really don't, you're not really big on the whole highlight game, or you know, you're kind of just basically in Pee Wee League or something like that. What is this? Powder on it, yeah. If you're maybe in Pee Wee League or something, you know, you're kind of gradually moving up to the major league, then this is actually a really good palette, you know, because you don't have to worry about, it actually does come with a highlight. This shade, Your Grounded, was the highlight color, but girl, I had all kind of things happen to this palette, but thankfully, you know, two of them have managed to, you know, not break. So all right, so let me just go ahead and do the shadow drop. I'm thinking of using the blue. I'm probably all the shades. I know the yellow, and the yellow is probably going to be the most difficult color to add underneath here, but for now, let me just see how many of these colors I can add below. Okay, so I'm going to start off by using the blue purple shade from the Clarity Matte palette, this blue purple shade right here. I'm thinking of using that below first, and then I'm going to add the blue from the Juvias Place palette over it. So let me start off with that one first. And then I'm going to use the blue from the Juvias Place palette and add that over it. I'm going to tie these two together. Then I'm going to switch. I have to pay really close attention to this because the blue and the purple look so much alike. Switch. This is the purple now from the Juvias Place palette, and add that purple right here. I'm actually going to just, I'm not going to, like, you know, I'm going to basically blend the two of them together because they look so much alike. Switch brushes, go into the pink shade from the Juvias Place palette, add a bit of that pink right here, girl, right here. And I'm going to see if it's possible I can get this yellow shade to pop. I think a bit of shadow into my eye just now. Lord mercy. It's not a time for me eye to do. This is not a time for me to move this to my eye. This ain't a time. This is not a time, girl. Alright, so let me just flip. This is the yellow. I just dipped it in the yellow. Let me see if I can get a bit of the yellow. Okay. It's not bad. It's showing up just a bit, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Showing up just a bit. Why do I sound like a damn robot every time I want to say a little bit? And then I'm just going to leave that space right there just to fill in the corner highlight with the shade of white from the Juvias Place. Let me just fix it. I feel like a bit of it might have gotten blended out while I was doing my hair. You see what I was talking about? Oh my god, my eyes watering. Don't water, don't water, don't water, don't mess it up, don't mess it up. Oh Lord. Alright, so I'm just gonna switch to the other eye. Yes, just had to wet my eye real quick. Rescued by quick draw. My quick draw hand. I just got rescued by my quick draw hand. So let me just do this again. Tip into the blue purple shade in the Fenty Beauty. I also went ahead and applied a bit more of my my MAC powder underneath to, you know, just to catch any fallout, because I realized that I was having a bit of fallout right there. I didn't really want to mess up anything, so let me just do this and just shut up, because I feel like this is already getting this little tutorial here is already getting too long. I know I could have probably put a bit of base so I could get the yellow to pop a bit more, but we've already gotten this far, and I'm just like, look, we're just gonna wing it and do whatever we can, because at this point I am just ready to just walk out to my yard with this makeup on. That's all. No, we can't go away. But next I'm gonna just use same mascara I've been using all year because it's so good. By the way, I feel like this mascara actually holds a lot, because I've been using this since I got it, and it's still full. Because I'm wearing the Beauty Bakery Coffee and Cocoa palette, and it has a bit of pigment in it. It almost looks like I'm already wearing blush. I'm going to skip that step and go straight into highlight. And I actually think I picked up too much, so I'm going to dab this on both sides, yeah, just so that we don't have any madness going on right here. And I'm using the shade Conceited from my Artist Couture Glow Powder collection. Yes, this is jumbo pencil, double-sided pencil to line my lips today. I like this shade of brown, it looks cute. And I'm wondering if I should apply color. Should I do color? Maybe like a shade of purple or something? I think so. Let me try a shade of purple, like this one from Milani. This one is the shade Fascination. Let me see if I should do that. I think I should do purple though. This shade of purple actually has blue undertones. So, I wonder, looking a little bit flat. I need to add maybe like a little bit of pink in the middle, because it's looking a little bit flat. I went ahead and applied a bit of Yoshi. This is from the ColourPop and LOE collaboration. This shade is like a popping hot pink. This is definitely ultra matte, and I can feel this thing actually drying down on my lip, and I don't want to keep it on for much longer, because I know how these ColourPop ultra matte lipsticks go. Like, they take forever to come off. So let me just take this head tie off, and I'll be back to basically wrap up the end of this tutorial. All right, everybody, so I am back, and yeah, I have my two big granny plaits, and I just put in some hoops. I can already feel this lipstick literally, you feel like it's almost dry, if not completely dry. So I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying this color series that I'm doing. You know, you guys know I'm all about the whole neutral look, but I decided to step out of my comfort zone just for stepping out of it purpose. You know, it's every now once in a while I think we can all step out of our comfort zones. Ooh, my eyes was watering, right, and I feel like it actually dragged a bit of the shadow underneath here, but you know what, this video is about to wrap up, so it's okay. I don't know what was going on with this eye, but she was doing the most. This, and I was just saying, you know, and I was just saying this is my good eye, but she over here watering. I don't know, I guess because I said this is my good eye and this is the one that waters, you're on a Satan just He is always in the mist. Anyway, this is a completed look. If you happen to have enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up on your way out. And also, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please just go ahead and click the subscribe button on your way out. Until my next upload, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye bye.